All right, Vitaly Zdorovetskiy, whatever his name is, the nuisance streamer in the Philippines, has been arrested and is facing multiple decades in prison, up to 24 years or so, right? And the whole internet is all like, yeah, we got him. He's going to jail. He's going to prison. He's not just going to be deported. He's going to go to prison for decades. He's going to go to one of those Filipino prisons, which are pretty awful places. Now, here's the thing that some of them are not telling you and might not know, is that even if this man is sentenced to decades in prison, there is a big possibility he will serve maybe only half of that. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. The reason why is because of the Philippines' good behavior conduct law, right? So if you go to jail in the Philippines and you're a good boy, you can get time shaved off your sentence, right? Now, a very famous case of this, and let's go look over here, we got to look on the laptop, is Joseph Pemberton, right? Joseph Pemberton was a Marine Lance Corporal who in 2015 killed a ladyboy after he was tricked into having sex with him. And he got sentenced to 10 years and served only 6 of those years. The reason being is because of the good conduct time allowance law, right? Now, the difference between Joseph Pemberton and Vitaly Zdorovetskiy is that Joseph Pemberton served his sentence all by himself in a specially made cell at a military base. He didn't go into General Pop in New Bilibid prison or Camp Cream or whatever else. And that has a lot to do with the military, treaties between the Philippines and the USA. That's why he was sequestered and by himself for that long. And so it was easy for him to be a good boy all by himself. All he has to do is sit in his little box and wait. And he was released not long after he was sentenced, 6 years. He didn't serve the whole sentence. And the president at the time, Duterte, gave him an absolute pardon. Not because he asked for it, not because he applied for it, but based on whatever his advisors told him. I believe it was Teddy Locsin, the Department of Foreign Affairs secretary at the time, who said, do it. And he did it, And so he could get out. And other Filipinos do also get out based on whether or not they've been good boys and girls in the prison. As I said, the difference between Pemberton and this guy is that he will definitely go to a place like New Bilibid, which will make it a little harder for him to be a good boy. And we all know he's not a good boy in the first place. So it's possible that if he is sentenced to multiple decades in prison, that he will not serve those decades in prison due to the nation's good behavior conduct allowance law. So that's an aspect that people aren't talking about. They're just crowing that, yay, he's going to prison. And there's more to it than just that. There's more to it than just that. As I said, Joseph Pemberton got out due to good conduct allowance. And a lot of people didn't like that. But that's the law. That's the law in the Philippines. If you behave well, time will get shaved off your sentence. So we'll see what happens.